this episode of Off The Script, episode 141, part number 3, for your Hell in a Cell Sunday, October 30th, 2016. Becky Lynch responds to the rumors about Kevin Dunn. Kevin Dunn. She responds to the rumors about Kevin Dunn disliking her accent. Also, news on WWE. Bringing back the Elimination Chamber to the pay-per-view schedule in 2017. I give you guys a detailed breakdown about how I would work the Elimination Chamber back into February and what I would do with both Raw and Smackdown as it concerns the Elimination Chamber. That's something you don't want to miss. News on Vince McMahon going nuts backstage after Brock Lesnar's segment with Paul Heyman on Monday Night Raw. I got news of two former WWE superstars returning to the company to Raw and SmackDown respectively. The Undertaker, now rumored to be facing Goldberg or Sting at WrestleMania 33. The next thing you're going to hear is JD in the ring with The Undertaker at WrestleMania 33 with all these fucking rumors going around. And creative plans for Enzo and Cass and the New Day. WWE has a long-term plan for both teams going into WrestleMania 33. All this, plus so much more, right here on Off The Script. JD from New York, 206. It's time for Off The Script. Big Show and Ryback, Strowman and Roman. Get off my fucking TV and save me the misery. And all you fucking goons, just grab a cold beer. The man of the hour is finally here. JD from New York, 206. It's time for Off The Script. JD from New York, 206. It's time for Off The Script. All week, people have been talking about The Undertaker. Apparently, The Undertaker made an appearance at a Cleveland Cavaliers game. I believe it was the start of the NBA season. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't watch the NBA, so pardon me if I do not give a flying fuck. But he was at a Cleveland Cavaliers game with Dana Warrior, and I believe he was there with his wife, Michelle McCool. And he was dressed up in the Undertaker outfit. Looked absolutely fantastic. This was probably the best I've ever seen him look. He looked in phenomenal shape. You know, the last picture we seen of the Undertaker, he was in fucking Starbucks ordering a Venti Chai, and he had crutches, and he was standing with a fucking barista who had a foot brace on, or a leg brace. You know, and by the way, if you go to Starbucks and you order anything but a normal fucking drink that a normal human being should be ordering, like, you know, my favorite drink at Starbucks is a iced Venti 4-shot of espresso caramel macchiato. That's just me. I don't know about you guys, but that's just me. If you're one of those people that go into Starbucks and you can tell immediately who these fucking people are because they're fucking self-entitled fucking scumbag pricks. You know, because I used to work there. I know what these people look like, and I know what these fucking people ordered, man. They're waiting in line. They got the fucking newspaper. They come in wearing fucking sandals, right? And they're ordering a fucking, oh yeah, can I get a Venti soy chai, 187 degrees, no whip, and a dash of cinnamon on top. And I'll look at this fucking guy, and I'm like, really? Are you fucking kidding me? This is what you wake up in the morning for, right? You wake up, rise and shine. Oh. Instead of fucking going to the bathroom and fucking bleeding the lizard, instead of making a cup of coffee, a cup of Joe at home on your beautiful Keurig machine, you're gonna come down to Starbucks. Yeah, it's gonna have a Venti soy chai, 2 pumps of vanilla, 197 degrees, piping hot, that you can't even fucking drink it for about 35 minutes, you fucking asshole! Those are the people, right? If you're one of them fucking people, please, look in the mirror and call yourself a fucking asshole, because that's what you are. I hate them fucking people. Seriously. If you are one of them fucking people, I hate you. I really do. Enough of that. I'm not here to talk about fucking Starbucks or chais or caramel macchiatos, mochas. Now I'm fucking in the craving for a fucking coffee. Go fuck myself. Anyway, where the fuck was I talking about Starbucks over here? Undertaker. He looked phenomenal. Undertaker in the news all week, and apparently WWE has another opponent lined up for him. The rumor mill continues to fucking swirl round and round like a fucking windmill over here with the Undertaker. Believe nothing. But apparently the rumor going around now is that the Undertaker may face Goldberg or Sting at WrestleMania 33. After months and months and months of, oh, Sting is retired, Sting is not coming back. Now all of a sudden there's reports, Sting. And now Goldberg is throwing his name into the hat here. Why? Because he's back, and the match was announced with Brock Lesnar officially at Survivor Series, which will be 5 hours long, by the way. Great job, WWE. But the career of the dead man may not be resting in peace just yet. According to a new report from Cleveland.com, WWE is considering a match between The Undertaker and Goldberg at WrestleMania 33 in Orlando. The man is currently scheduled to face Brock Lesnar at the upcoming Survivor Series pay-per-view. However, there are several issues with this match taking place. One of them is that Goldberg is only signed to a one-match deal with WWE. Listen, Goldberg may be signed to a one-match deal now, but obviously when WWE realizes how much more money they could make off Goldberg's name, they're going to sign him to a two-match deal, a three-match deal. They may even sign him to a fucking part-time deal. Full-time, you know? Part-time, full-time, you know? But we'll see what happens. This is going to be a big deal for WWE, a big payday for both Brock Lesnar and Goldberg. If the match goes well, WWE obviously wants to keep him around, and a new deal will be negotiated. Another caveat that may prevent this encounter from happening is that The Undertaker was recently seen on crutches inside Starbucks, as I just previously mentioned. As a result of having to undergo hip surgery, there's no word on whether or not he would be ready to go before WrestleMania. If the deal with Goldberg does fall through, Sting has expressed interest. Sting is not doing a lot of impressing lately, being that he fucking retired. But Sting has expressed interest in having one more match with The Undertaker. However, there is no word whether he would be physically able to compete either, due to the issues that he has had with his neck. The other ideas that have been tossed around for The Undertaker at WrestleMania 33 include a match against Kevin Owens, and a career versus career match with John Cena. I don't want a career versus career match. Obviously, if you want a career versus career match, that's not the guy you want to do it with, because John Cena's not going anywhere. I don't see The Undertaker going anywhere. If they want John Cena versus The Undertaker and they want to make it interesting, John Cena should be the WWE champion going into WrestleMania. And then he has it, he has it going into WrestleMania, and he drops it to The Undertaker. Undertaker, if he wants to retire, retires on his own goodwill, because he wants to do it, I think not a title reign or a title run for The Undertaker, but one more glimpse of him holding the WWE Championship. I think that would be a great way to send him away. But that's just my opinion on that. I don't think neither of these are happening. I was one of the first people that wanted to see Sting versus The Undertaker, but does anybody still want to see that now? I doubt that's going to happen. There's so many more better opponents than Goldberg for The Undertaker at WrestleMania. The match with Shane McMahon inside Hell in a Cell was fucking terrible. It was fucking terrible. The match was nothing but we all awaiting Shane McMahon to climb the cage and fucking dive off 25 feet to wherever he wanted to fucking fall. It was through an announce table, in which was pretty much inflated with balloons to prevent his fall from being worse than it actually was. And then Michael Cole reading off a fucking script, having lines fed to him in the headset instead of calling it genuinely through raw emotion. Yeah, that was a great fucking Hell in a Cell, WWE. Great. Really paid homage to what we seen back in the day with The Undertaker and Mick Foley. I think WWE could do better than Goldberg and Sting. I'm not even that interested in a Kevin Owens match, to be honest with you. I would take Kevin Owens over Goldberg or Sting. I would still like to see the John Cena match happen. Hopefully it's for the title. The WWE should have never relinquished the streak. We've talked about this several times on this show. I don't think the streak should have ever been broken, period. So, that's just my opinion on that. Everything would be a lot more important with The Undertaker now, but, The Undertaker's still a very big part of WrestleMania, but honestly, the only thing that keeps us interested is, oh my God, who's he going to face at WrestleMania? It's no longer a fact of can he continue to win. As he ages, can he continue to win? Can he keep this streak alive? WWE fucked that up. And I'm pretty sure if I was to put money on it, I think WWE actually regrets breaking the streak. That's just my honest opinion on that. And the only reason why the streak was broken, I'll say this till the fucking, till I'm blue in the face. It was only for network subscriptions, and it was for the shock value that, listen, if you're not ordering the WWE network, you're going to miss shit like this. So there you go. So I don't know why they did it, but there are many faces in WWE I'd rather see The Undertaker go up against at WrestleMania besides Goldberg and Sting. And we need a top-notch Undertaker match following this last fucking embarrassment with Shane McMahon at Hell in a Cell. I don't think people want to visualize The Undertaker's final match as being, one with Goldberg or 57-year-old Sting. And then the year before, with Shane McMahon, who's not even a fucking active wrestler. Give me, or give the fans, something that we can sink our teeth into with The Undertaker. Have it mean something, have it be important, and have it be somebody who's on the fucking full-time active roster who can benefit from this thing in some way. That's just my honest opinion on that. Remember when we talked about Becky Lynch? Yeah. Kevin Dunn! Yeah, Kevin Dunn, Mr. Bucktooth himself, fucking Bugs Bunny over here, says that he hates Becky Lynch's accent. Oh, well, I'm sorry there, buddy. But what about everybody else that has an accent in WWE? You guys brought up some good names. AJ Styles has got a southern accent. Stone Cold Steve Austin, right? You got Sheamus, Wade Barrett. Well, he didn't go nowhere because WWE fucked him up big time. But Wade Barrett had a lot of potential, You got Finn Balor. All these guys, all these WWE performers with accents, right? What does that mean for Shinsuke Nakamura when he comes up to the WWE main roster? Is Kevin Dunn going to outwardly say, or am I going to be reporting here on Off the Script, that Kevin Dunn hates Shinsuke Nakamura? I'm waiting for the fucking day that happens. I really am. I think I'll take a drive to fucking Stamford, Connecticut myself and ask the receptionist at the desk, hey, honey, what number is direct to Kevin Dunn's office, please? Well, who are you? I'm JD. Don't worry who I am. Kevin Dunn's worst nightmare, asshole. He hates Shinsuke Nakamura. I got a fucking few choice words for him. That's what I'll do. But Becky Lynch, he doesn't like her accent. He hates her accent. Well, Becky Lynch answered the criticisms of her accent, her Irish accent, by top WWE producer. She spoke out about the recent reports about Kevin Dunn. Becky Lynch has heard the rumors and responded to it on her Twitter account. Whether she did it as frustration because the Kevin Dunn rumors are real, or whether she is just playing along, she let everyone know what she is saying, and I quote, "For those who didn't understand my accent and what I said, it was Smackdown, Alexa, Glasgow, face slapped off her." End quote. If these WWE rumors are true, then Becky Lynch might not get a fair shake based on her talent level. When they came up from NXT, Charlotte, Sasha, Becky were 3 of the 4 horsewomen along with Bayley. Becky Lynch always put on great matches, but could never break out to the top until the WWE brand split and her move to SmackDown Live. With the deep pushing of Bayley on Monday Night Raw and the alleged prejudice against the Irish accent of Becky Lynch, only 2 of the 4 promising women remain held in high regards, it seems, on WWE programming. Of course, there is a chance that Kevin Dunn's dislike of Becky Lynch's accent might not matter because these women were priorities for Stephanie McMahon and Triple H. If anyone is looking for a possible proof that Becky is not going to get much promo time on WWE television, look at SmackDown Live this past Tuesday. Becky Lynch was in the ring with Renee Young and was about to do an interview with Alexa Bliss, interrupted the interview almost immediately, cutting off any chance Becky had to speak. Alexa then dominated the promo time. While Alexa Bliss is still a great promo and a great heel, the fact that Becky Lynch got little chance to respond speaks volumes. Once again, Alexa Bliss speaks with an American accent, which Kevin Dunn might prefer. Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Kevin Dunn. I hope this is real. I got people messaging me. I'm sorry. I think this is a legit story. I would not be shocked by this. We said Kevin Dunn is a disease. And Becky doesn't really need to say anything, man. Obviously, she needs work. I'm not going to say that she's fucking terrible. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I fucking hate her voice. I actually admire Becky for what she's done. I love watching her perform. I think she's one of the best women performers in a very long time in WWE. And I want to see her succeed, man. I want to see her have a very, very lengthy run with that title, man. There's no better person right now than Becky Lynch. And some of you actually brought up the point, which I failed to bring to your attention, that Nikki Bella is the captain of the women's team. Now, I don't know if Kevin Dunn has anything to do with this. And I've been stating that, listen, if you are a champion for your brand, you need to be a captain. For example, AJ Styles is the WWE champion. He needs to be the captain. Obviously, that's going to be, he's the number one man on your show. So is Kevin Owens. They need to be captains for their teams for Survivor Series, right? Same thing with the tag teams. New Day, they're going to be the captains, you know? Slater and Rhino, they're going to be the captains. Same thing with the women, you know? Becky Lynch should be the captain of the women's team. You got Sasha Banks, who I'm assuming is going to walk out of Hell in a Cell with the championship. That's my prediction. I do not see her losing in Boston. She's going to be the captain for her team. So why isn't Becky the captain for her team? I don't get that. Why is Nikki Bella the captain? I mean, I know she's a veteran. I know she's one of the more respected women on the roster. But over your champion, she's the captain? I mean, what does the captain have to say about that? I mean, that's just common logic. Who made that decision? Is that Kevin Dunn as well? You know? Oh, we can't have Becky the captain because I can't stand her fucking accent. This guy, I would not be surprised, actually made that decision too. And that's terrible. But who the fuck am I? Kevin Dunn is a disease. And I'll stand by that quote until I'm blue in the face. Kevin Dunn is a disease. And I'm glad Becky Lynch, whether this is just playing it up or if she is really frustrated, I hope it's really frustration on her end. I'm glad that she said something. And hopefully Kevin Dunn is put in his place. Go fuck yourself, you know? Obviously you don't care about the fucking talent. So let the talent worry about what they got to do out there, and let the agents who script the shows and flesh out the matches and everything that happens on TV, let them worry about what these performers are going to do. You worry about your fucking shaky camera angles and your fucking bullshit. That don't matter. You fucking clown. Kevin Dunn. I'm glad she actually answered him back. So that's the latest news on this Becky Lynch rumor going around this week. 2 former WWE superstars returning to Smackdown and Raw. The latest WWE rumors are swirling about some possible returns to the WWE. Before I even continue this, yes, I understand the headbangers are coming to SmackDown, which I don't know why. I mean, you have tag teams on SmackDown that you don't even use, yet you're using the fucking services of the headbangers. I mean, number one, you didn't even give them their original theme music. Number two, nobody gave a fuck about who they were or what they seen with the headbangers on SmackDown. Yet you're going to bring them back to qualify for this tag team. They're not even a legit WWE team anymore. Where the fuck is Breezango? That's what I'm asking. You know, instead of posting clips on fucking WWE.com with fucking Fandango dressing up as one of the fucking village people, or maybe he just came up from a fucking male strip joint, you know, probably making more money over there, by the way. You know, being that WWE doesn't want to give him a fucking active role on television, he had to seek fucking employment somewhere else. I don't know where the fuck those guys are. Where's Tyler Breeze, man? Seriously, if you're not using Breezango, at least give me Tyler Breeze. Because SmackDown could certainly use more main event guys. Tyler Breeze clearly has the talent to blow your mind. So I don't know why he's not being used, but seriously, they got tag teams that the Vaudevillains. You know, you got the Ascension. These are quality teams that you're not using. Why? But you rather got the headbangers on SmackDown. I don't get it. I don't get it. Why pay those guys? They're fucking terrible. They're old. Nobody gives a fuck about them anymore. Give me Fandango and Tyler Breeze. Seriously, you got a gold mine with those guys there. And they don't want to use them. One of these stars, mentioned in the rumors, seems very likely to be appearing on Raw on the USA Network very soon. The other star, a former heel champion, is part of rumors, saying he'll make a potential return to SmackDown. Seems WWE could use as many popular stars as they can get to draw in more viewers to their televised programs. Earlier on Tuesday, several sources discussed rumors that WWE has been reaching out to Wade Barrett to join SmackDown Live's roster. The former Intercontinental Champion and King of the Ring, like that's fucking important in modern day WWE. It's more of a fucking failure than anything, King of the Ring. Is reportedly just on hiatus from wrestling as he pursues other ventures, including acting. There have also been fans that have met Barrett and mentioned that he has indicated to them that he'll make a return to wrestling at some point, according to sources. Many individuals speculated that Barrett would test the waters with TNA, WWE's main competitor, after he left. However, at this point, it seems like TNA's ongoing issues, Barrett would better be suited for coming back to the WWE. That would include beefing up his acting resume as well, if possible, if he didn't want to go back to the WWE, by getting involved in some bigger projects. For his acting career, he's appeared in 3 films so far. Arguably, his biggest of the movies was a project in 2013 called Dead Man Down, which starred Colin Farrell, Noomi Rapace, and Terrence Howard in the cast. Like I give a fuck who these people are. WWE Studios was one of the listed production companies on the project, but the film was considered a box office flop, as it made just about $18.1 million in total and had a budget of $30 million to make. Barrett's other 2 roles so far have been in Eliminators and Vengeance. And I'm not talking about the old school ECW tag team, the Eliminators, which were released in 2016. One of the 2 superstars mentioned, Barrett's return will clearly be the one to watch. WWE seemed to be teasing big things for him in the past. He has gained a good amount of popularity as the leader of the NXT Invasion and Nexus Rebellions. Barrett was also involved in a classic storyline with John Cena, which was forced upon everybody and quickly crumbled after that. He was a guest referee. I believe John Cena was forced to work for the Nexus. Yes, this is what the notes say. John Cena was forced to work for the Nexus. Fuck me if I don't remember, because that's how fucking terrible it was. He was forced to work for the Nexus and had to serve as a special guest referee for Barrett's championship match against Randy Orton. Cena cost Barrett the title thanks to a disqualification and then was fired from the WWE for a short time. While Barrett gained popularity there, the creative team faltered with him in many different situations. Bad news, Barrett was a relatively good gimmick. That was probably the best out of everything that he's done. But as a wrestler, he was once again one of those superstars that seemed to get misplaced in the mid-card. That's their fault, not his, rather than pushed. Many fans expected Barrett, a former King of the Ring winner, would eventually capture a major title. He would certainly be inserted into the WWE Championship picture or World Title picture on Smackdown if given the right push. Hopefully, for the sake of fans and Barrett, if he makes a return to the ring in the near future and can help out SmackDown Live, it would be certainly better than it is now. So I would be all for Barrett. If Barrett is coming back, if there's any inkling of a rumor going around that Barrett's coming back to the WWE, he is most certainly being put on SmackDown. He would thrive there because it's just the more friendly environment for him. You go to Monday, and Monday Night Raw has built this aura about them that it's just cancerous. It is just fucking cancerous. You go there literally to have your career ruined. That's what I see Monday Night Raw as being. Nobody on Monday Night Raw is thriving at all. It's stagnant. It's fucking stale. It's boring. It's downright god-awful fucking television. That's just Monday Night Raw to me. SmackDown is the far superior of the brand. Now, they mentioned, too, Wade Barrett's the other one. They didn't mention the other guy. You know, it's a rumor that 2 superstars are coming back, and one of them is Wade Barrett. I'm also hearing rumors that Shelton Benjamin is indeed coming back. He will be placed on SmackDown to help get over younger talent. Maybe they find a bigger role for him down the line, but he is definitely coming back to SmackDown once he is healed from his torn, I believe he had a rotator cuff. I'm not really sure what's going on with that. So he should be back, hopefully, in time for the Royal Rumble. Vince McMahon goes nuts backstage after fans didn't react well to Brock Lesnar's segment on Monday Night Raw. Aw, poor baby. If you saw WWE Raw, which hopefully most of you did not, if you did, I feel sorry for you, you had the chance to see Brock Lesnar make his way back to his hometown and find himself involved in one of the worst segments WWE had in recent memory. Quite fitting that Paul Heyman was a part of that segment, and we are discussing one of the worst segments in WWE history involving Paul Heyman. I don't know what's going on here. What is so confusing about this entire thing is that WWE assumed fans would do exactly as the company wanted, like fucking puppets. It didn't work this time, clowns. The silver-tongued Paul Heyman is normally good for a promo any day of the week, but on this night, the crowd was not having it. As was said, WWE happened to be in Brock Lesnar's hometown of Minneapolis, Minnesota, Well, he does live in Canada now, and even has Canadian citizenship. He was originally a student at the University of Minnesota, where he lived for years. He was born in South Dakota, but for years he wanted to be known as a person who came from Minnesota. This makes this area a homecoming every time, and it was the entire reason WWE brought him back to WWE Raw on Monday. However, the segment was pretty much a fucking disaster, and it didn't go over well at all. The question is, what happened, and what was WWE trying to accomplish with this segment to even begin with? According to Wrestling Observer and Dave Meltzer, WWE Chairman Vince McMahon blew a gasket during the Brock Lesnar segment because he wanted the crowd to chant for Goldberg during the segment with Lesnar and Heyman. Meanwhile, the crowd didn't want to do this, despite Heyman trying to get them to do it. You might have heard a few pro-Goldberg chants, but the fans mostly shouted, "Goldberg sucks." The promo seemed awkward with Heyman stuttering at times, and it seemed awkward from the beginning and almost pointless. Vince hated the segment so much that he had it end early and had the production area play Lesnar's music to cue Heyman and Lesnar to leave. They were reportedly right in the middle of the segment at the time, which means they probably had more to say about how Goldberg cannot talk about next week when he shows up for Raw and the Halloween episode. What did Vince McMahon expect from the crowd, though? This was Brock Lesnar's hometown, really, and everyone knew what was going on. They cheered heavily for Curtis Axel, and even he is considered a jobber by most everyone with a working brain. Why did Vince McMahon think that fans would obviously be pro-Lesnar, would cheer for Goldberg? Why would this get him angry? You know, I don't understand what Vince McMahon was trying to accomplish here. If this was any other state, it makes sense to expect Goldberg's, or Heyman at least, to shift them and make them want to cheer for Bill Goldberg. Obviously, it is a really good story to write by saying people cheered Goldberg in Lesnar's hometown instead of chanting for Brock Lesnar himself. It does really sound good on paper, and of course, WWE would love to write that. But there's just things that you cannot manipulate, Vince. Why are you trying to manipulate the audience? They pay money. Let them fucking do and say what they want. Let them cheer and boo who they want. I mean, did you really expect... You built this up as Brock Lesnar coming back to Minnesota, right? The entire fucking time. Did you expect him to go out there and get booed? Give me a break. How stupid and out of touch can you be? Obviously, he's going to be cheered. People know him from Minnesota. People know that he was a student at Minnesota. You know, he went to college there. I don't get what they were trying to do here. If WWE wanted to write this script that somehow exists in the very back of their minds, maybe they shouldn't have came to Minnesota. Maybe they should have went to a different fucking town, like fucking Nebraska, or somewhere down south, you know, where they don't give a fuck about the wrestling, and then you got Billy Bob Thornton, or whatever the fuck his name is, sitting in the crowd. Billy Joe and fucking Mary Jean sitting in the crowd, right? Fucking some fucking farmer asshole with 6 different fucking names. They don't know what the fuck's going on. Give them the fucking show. And then Goldberg, you know, obviously he's not there. Heyman can manipulate the crowd however he wants, because he's a fucking puppet master. But being that you're in Brock Lesnar's hometown, you want Paul Heyman to go out there and have people boo Lesnar. I don't get it. Absolutely asinine by Vince McMahon. And I'm glad it backfired. But there's no reason for him to blow a gasket. What the fuck did this guy expect? I mean, is Vince McMahon, the once genius, still there? Or is this some new schmuck that's taken over fucking Vince McMahon's body? I swear to God, man, I made mention of Men in Black. You see the movie Men in Black? Where the fucking alien crashes into the fucking cornfields and he takes over that farmer's body, and then he fucking goes into the farmer's house and has the wife pour sugar into the fucking glass. More sugar! You know? That's Vince McMahon. Vince McMahon's body, his vessel, as Matt Hardy would say, is there. But Vince McMahon's soul is somewhere else. It's somewhere else, man. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. Why this is even an issue, and why Vince McMahon is getting so upset over this, I don't get it. You're upset over this, but then you're okay with the rest of Monday Night Raw. Do you realize the show you put on? But you're okay with that, though, right? Monday Night Raw was one of the worst shows I have ever fucking seen. But you're okay with the fucking abysmal trash you put on before this Brock Lesnar segment. This is something to be upset about? You should be upset at the rest of the fucking disease-ridden bullshit that you gave us on Monday night. Your priorities are completely fucked up, Vince. I'm telling you that right now. You got to get your head straight. Monday Night Raw is in shambles. Somebody has to show you. Somebody has to show you. Because you're not going to see it on your own. Something is really skewing his vision. If this is going to be a priority to you to get upset over everything else that happened on Monday night, this company is fucking lost. Lost. No reason why this should bother him as much as Dave Meltzer is reporting. However, it is not a real feasible thing to ask at this point. Lesnar is over. And there has not been a defined side for Lesnar a couple of years now. Is he a heel or a babyface? Who cares? Who cares? Why would his hometown boo him if he was a bad guy? At least, if you had, you could expect more boos or people to side with Goldberg more often. This just wasn't right to ask of Paul Heyman to sway a very popular or very pro-Lesnar crowd when it was not going to happen. The reaction Brock Lesnar got last night was really, or Monday Night Raw, was really good. And the crowd chanted for his name as a welcome back home. He hasn't been seen there on television in a while due to his part-time schedule. Fans don't get to see him as much as they want to, and it could always be the last time due to his schedule. That said, it makes total sense that the WWE fans would cheer Brock Lesnar, especially in a place he claimed as a home for years. Vince, I swear to God, is completely out of touch. This story proves that 100%. Absolutely the dumbest thing I've ever heard. This was easily the dumbest story of the week. But he was okay with everything else that happened on Monday night. His priorities need to be straightened and fast. Somebody needs to really talk to this fucking guy and get his head back straight. Because right now, I don't know what the fuck is going on. We got two more stories here. We got the Elimination Chamber is coming back. And it's one of my favorite structures. Actually, I enjoy it more than Hell in a Cell, to be quite honest with you. You guys know the concept. 6 wrestlers fighting for a title. 2 starting out in the ring. Every 4 or 5 minutes, you got 4 others. You know, timer goes off, enclosed in pods. They enter in intervals of 5 minutes, starting in the 10th minute of the match. Unfortunately, the event was unexpectedly canned, leading into WrestleMania 31 in 2015, as WWE decided instead to go with WWE Fastlane! Something that was fucking thought up as some creative fucking goon was taking a shit on the toilet. Oh, we're on your Fastlane to WrestleMania! Yeah, let's get rid of Elimination Chamber. But the Elimination Chamber is going to make a monumental return because now with the brand split, it makes sense. It makes sense to come back in February. So that is what's going on right now with that. It'll be taking place between the Royal Rumble and WrestleMania. I like that. But now it would appear that WWE is bringing back the Elimination Chamber for its 2017 pay-per-view schedule, according to new reports. WrestlingNews.co reported Sunday that Elimination Chamber will take place in February as it normally did, making its return to the first time of the pay-per-view calendar for WWE in close to 2 years. Despite losing its traditional place in WWE's pay-per-view schedule, the company did have such a pay-per-view on May 31st, 2015, as a WWE Network exclusive. During that event, there were 2 Elimination Chamber matches, one for the Tag Team Championship, and I believe that was a first, and another for a vacant Intercontinental Championship, which Ryback won, and Daniel Bryan had to reluctantly give him the fucking title, you know? God, I wonder what Daniel Bryan felt like giving this fucking loser the Intercontinental Championship, Ryback. But neither took place in the main event. Rather, WWE went with then champion Seth Rollins defending his World Championship against Dean Ambrose to close out the show. I believe that was also where John Cena fought Kevin Owens, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong. Prior to that, the event was a WWE traditional pay-per-view in February, following the Royal Rumble and immediately preceding WrestleMania. The 2014 iteration, which was the last to take place in that month, saw Randy Orton successfully defend his WWE World Heavyweight title against Daniel Bryan, John Cena, Christian, Sheamus, and Cesaro. 1 year later, however, WWE held its first ever Fastlane pay-per-view, which didn't come with any special matches, but still focused on moving storylines forward for WrestleMania, or as suggested by the show's name, moving them forward quickly ahead of WrestleMania. Despite its traditional popularity, WWE dropped Elimination Chamber in 2015, not because fans were losing interest in the event and its traditional main event, but according to WrestlingNews.co, logistical issues were behind the company's decision, as it was proving too difficult to set up the chamber match structure. A 10-ton cage with scoreboards located above the ring. And since WWE has always been open to reintroducing the event on a more regular basis, it looks like July 2016 brand split has given the company more room to work with the Elimination Chamber. It's not sure where the event will be held, and it isn't sure either whether WWE's Elimination Chamber pay-per-view will be a Raw or SmackDown specific pay-per-view, but WrestlingNews.co believes it may be a SmackDown branded event. That's because Raw is holding a brand-specific pay-per-view Roadblock in December, while the next Fastlane, which is scheduled on March 2nd, 2017 at the Bradley Center in Milwaukee, may also be exclusive to the so-called flagship brand of WWE. What's there to expect upon the return of WWE's Elimination Chamber coming in February? While it's an interesting idea to have 6 wrestlers competing for a title in such a setup, history tells us that main event titles don't typically change hands all too often in the early year build-up toward WrestleMania, but there may be some other sort of stakes present. For instance, it could be a battle for the mid-card title like we've seen in 2015, or a fight for the number 1 contendership for the main event title, which I'll talk about in a second, like the Elimination Chamber match of 2013. Whatever the case may be in February, it's good to see WWE bring this back after a brief hiatus, and quite timely, due to the promise of more pay-per-views brought about the year's brand split. This will be brought back. This should be used in a way I'm about to document for you right now. The Royal Rumble is going to be 15 Raw and 15 SmackDown guys, okay? Whoever wins this Royal Rumble, whoever WWE wants to win the Royal Rumble, obviously, if it's a Raw guy, he'll be challenging for the Universal Championship. If it's SmackDown, obviously, it'll be for the WWE Championship. This is why WWE should have a stipulation for Survivor Series in which the winning team, Raw or SmackDown, if they're doing this war or this war games type shit for Survivor Series, the winner of this big 5-on-5 Survivor Series match, whether it's Raw or SmackDown, has dibs on the main event for WrestleMania, like the All-Star Game in the MLB, okay? If the AL or the NL wins the All-Star Game during the Major League Baseball season, the league who wins gets the World Series, gets home field advantage in the World Series. This is exactly what WWE should do if they want to make it more like a real sports presentation. You got Raw and SmackDown. You got 2 different divisions per your company. If Raw wins, they get the main event, the last match, meaning main event at WrestleMania. If SmackDown wins, then they're the last match at WrestleMania. And you build accordingly to which is going to be the main event, and you put all your fucking eggs in your basket, and you build towards an epic program that's going to close your show. That's it. Now, whoever wins the Royal Rumble, whether it's a Monday Night Raw star or a SmackDown star, if it's a SmackDown star, obviously, they're going to headline WrestleMania, okay? And Monday Night Raw would get the Elimination Chamber. Because, obviously, the Universal Championship is going to have to be defended at WrestleMania, and what better way to crown a number 1 contender? If you want to be at WrestleMania inside that fucking 90,000 seat arena, and you want to be battling for the brand's biggest prize, you got to show me. It's not going to be easy. Number 1 contendership for the Universal Championship. Now, if Raw wins the Royal Rumble, it goes right back to SmackDown. SmackDown gets the Elimination Chamber. That's how I would do it. You know? It might sound a bit confusing to the fucking average goon out there, but it really is not. It really is not. And it's amazing how us fans can think of easy ideas like that. Meanwhile, WWE doesn't know what the fuck they're doing. They don't even know if they're coming back or not with the Elimination Chamber. But if they do bring it back, that's the way it has to be. Absolutely the best fucking way it has to be. No question. So hopefully that is where they go with that. If not, well, listen, I gave it a shot. I gave you a golden idea. Do with it what you want. And I'm pretty sure WWE will come nowhere close to that because it's WWE. They always fail us in the end. And someone just fucking texted me. Joe wants to do something in 10 minutes. Yeah, give me a little. Sorry, people. Cronin is texting me. He wants to do a video. One more news story here before we end the podcast. Creative plans for both The New Day and Enzo and Cass. So we got these 2 teams. I thought Enzo and Cass were going to be tag team champions by now, at least, but you know, my prediction was wrong. WWE, I don't know what they're waiting for. Enzo and Cass are bigger than life itself right now. They're the hottest team in probably all of professional wrestling, to be quite honest with you. But we got the Swiss Superman and the Celtic Warrior battling for the tag team championships at Hell in a Cell. I doubt that they win it. The New Day's going into this. They're going to break Demolition's record. They're going to run through this team of Sheamus and Cesaro on Sunday. Pairing Cesaro with Sheamus was initially done in case Cesaro did not sign with the company. His contract is scheduled to run out soon. We don't know when exactly. And it's no secret that he's been frustrated with his position in the company, voicing his complaints following the draft by openly questioning the decision to put him on Raw instead of SmackDown. WWE was actually planning to keep Cesaro paired with Sheamus until he decides what future he will have with the company. If Cesaro wanted to part ways, WWE fans could look for Sheamus to be pushed coming out of the tag team. If Cesaro ends up resigning, then he'll emerge going over in a feud that would have spanned several months. In any event, PW Mania is reporting that two will at least be together for the remainder of the year. In a peculiar move, the two are scheduled to face the New Day in a non-title match, or at least did on Monday Night Raw, 6 days before the pay-per-view. It only makes sense if Cesaro and Sheamus win on Monday, which they did. But it's unlikely they'll be victorious when the championships are on the line in Hell in a Cell. WWE plans to have the New Day break Demolition's record at 478 days as tag team champions. Big E and Kofi and Xavier are roughly 50 days away from that mark, so the chances are that Cesaro and Sheamus will not end their reign. One team that may be poised to finally take the belts from current champions are Enzo and Big Cass, despite how they've been used since SummerSlam. After debuting on the main roster in April, Enzo and Cass were used in prime spots on the show, but that push has subsided over the last 2 months. According to Ringside Seats, the WWE is doing this intentionally so that they can build them back up for a title opportunity, perhaps at WrestleMania in the spring of 2017 in Orlando. At the very least, they'll work at least with the much more over team of Gallows and Anderson as opposed to the Shining Stars, as the program with the club is expected to last through the rest of 2016. The two teams will face off at Hell in a Cell, likely combine forces on the same side at Survivor Series, and possibly wrap things up in December at Roadblock. It's unclear how WWE officials will fill in 3 months in between then and WrestleMania, but that's the reason behind the stalled push. If the New Day are still champions when WrestleMania rolls around, dethroning them would be a monumental rub for Enzo and Big Cass. I like it. I thought that this was all going to actually culminate at SummerSlam, which I thought would have been great because it's going to be in New York. The building would have fucking crumbled with the ovation those two guys would have got. But again, what the fuck do I know? Can WWE book this all the way till WrestleMania and make it interesting? I doubt it. That's way too much time. They got no teams on Monday Night Raw that any of us fucking care about. The tag team division is completely fucking decimated and weak on both shows. I don't know what they're going to do. I don't trust them to get behind this program and have this all the way up until WrestleMania. I would like to see it. I like the idea long term. I think having Enzo and Cass beat the New Day at WrestleMania and win the tag team championships would be fucking phenomenal after 500 days. It might be 600 days by that fucking run. Who the hell knows? But I like it. I just don't trust WWE to do it. And as history shows, they failed in doing so. I mean, they can barely book week to week. You're gonna give this fucking creative team 3 months between 3 teams? You know how many fucking matches we're gonna see with Gallows and Anderson versus Enzo and Cass? It's gonna be awful. Absolutely awful. I do not trust WWE to get us there, but I like the idea. If they can, great. But I just don't think it's gonna happen. But that is Off the Script, guys. Thank you so much for everything. What a great weekend. I got so much coming up right here on the YouTube channel. Make sure you guys check it out. And keep an eye on everything, man. I got Universe Mode. I got a Hell in a Cell live stream coming up. I got match simulations, Universe Mode, my career mode. Everything's coming this week, man. Especially this weekend. It's going to be a big weekend. I got another video coming out that I saved purposely for a solo video. If you guys want to check out the YouTube channel, if you guys are listening to me on iTunes and Podbean, Vince McMahon does not want Sasha Banks and Charlotte headlining the pay-per-view. He doesn't want them to main event the pay-per-view. So we're going to go over that and exactly what Vince McMahon stated and what Dave Meltzer is reporting about that. So make sure you guys look forward to that. That video should be up around 1 p.m. on Sunday afternoon. I'm going to make that a standalone video. But thank you guys for everything, man. If you enjoyed the video, hit that thumbs up. I got a live stream as well this afternoon, 4:30. I want you guys to tune in, man. Everybody that's watching this video, everybody that's listening to me on iTunes, I want you guys to come over to the YouTube channel, man. I'll be streaming live on YouTube Gaming, WWE 2K17, Universe Mode, episode number 3, Hell in a Cell pay-per-view, the debut of Shinsuke Nakamura, and a Hell in a Cell match between Chris Danger and AJ Styles for the WWE Championship. We're going to have IC title tournament concluding. We're going to have a tag team tournament concluding. It's going to be fucking awesome. Join me then on YouTube Gaming, 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Hell in a Cell pay-per-view Universe Mode on WWE 2K17. If you guys want to pledge to the podcast, man, patreon.com/JD from NY206. Thank you so much to everybody that's pledged this week. I greatly, greatly, greatly appreciate all your love and support. If you guys want to follow me on Twitter, at JD from NY206. If you guys don't want to do a Patreon and support the podcast, Pro Wrestling Tees, man. Barbershopwindow.com is the second best way to do that. All you got to do is go buy a t-shirt, man. Go buy a t-shirt, barbershopwindow.com. Use the search bar on the homepage, Off The Script. My online shop, $19.99. They ship worldwide. There's going to be some big sales coming up, so I will definitely let you guys know about that for the holiday season. Usually that's when their biggest business comes, man. I got coupons, I got codes and discounts coming for you. But if you guys want to get your t-shirts, man, that's barbershopwindow.com. Off The Script, my own online shop. Goon City, the logo shirt, Get Off My TV, it's all there. No matter where you are, they ship worldwide. If you guys want WWE Slam Crate, hopefully I'll have an unboxing for you next week on Off The Script. WWE Slam Crate, man, if you're interested in this thing, I'm an official partner. WWE licensed product. You know it's going to be fucking quality every single month. And I want to save you guys some money, man. Use the link that I provide down below in the description. Use the coupon code JD from NY. And you're going to get 10% off your first Loot Crate by Slam Crate, man. Or Slam Crate by Loot Crate. So make sure you guys go check that out. WWE officially licensed product. It's going to be fucking beast. And I got WrestleCrate, guys. WrestleCrate is another great fucking monthly subscription service, man. Right now, they're the kings of what they do. That's WrestleCrate.com, and on Twitter, at WrestleCrate. Use the coupon code JDSENTME for an instant 10% off. Make sure you guys use that coupon code on any subscription that they offer, and I'm going to save you money there as well. You guys also got to win, man. You got to win. Someone who listens to Off The Script's got to win this Wrestle Rumble, man. If I don't win it, which I never do, and I doubt I will win this Sunday, but I'm going to try. I'm going to be entered. You guys got to win it, man. Whoever's listening to Off The Script, I want somebody who listens to this podcast to win it, man. WrestleRumble.com, okay? They got a Hell in a Cell pick'em. All you got to do is go to WrestleRumble.com, buy entry into this, man. Once you buy entry, they're going to email you a questionnaire. You're going to answer these questions to the best of your knowledge, man. Who's going to win all the matches? They're going to give you time limits. Is the match going to go over 20 minutes? Is the match going to go under 20 minutes? What's the first move we'll see in the Sasha Banks, Charlotte, Hell in a Cell match? Questions like that. If you answer those things correctly and you get the most points out of everybody that plays, you're going to win $500 cash and you're going to win luxury box tickets to the 2017 Royal Rumble, man. That is fucking awesome. And you guys got beasts like Ryan Satin, Solomonster, Justin LaBar, Brian Ghoulish, Josh Eisenberg playing this thing, man. Even Juicy Steen, my buddy Juicy Steen's going to be playing it. You got to fucking get in this thing if you want to win it. I'm going to be playing it. A bunch of fans around the world are going to be playing it. If you want to win Royal Rumble tickets, that is the best way to do it, man. WrestleRumble.com. Do it today. Follow me on Twitter at JD from NY206 and subscribe to the YouTube channel, man. We are approaching 68,000 subscribers. Close to that 70 mark, man. Close to that 70 mark. I can't wait. It's been a long time coming, but thank you all for the love and support. I will see you all later this afternoon with a bunch of shit. Thank you so much to everybody on iTunes. If you listen on iTunes, man, leave a 5-star rating. I would greatly appreciate it. That's all I ask from you guys over there. Podbean, send me a follow and like the podcast on Podbean as well. And I'll see you guys next week for more great WWE news and rumors right here on Off The Script. I'm JD, and I'll see you guys later for the Hell in a Cell review. Talk to you later.